Hello, world. This is Chauncey Alato speaking from the Sunday Talk podcast. And I know I've been down for a little while. And that's one thing I wanted to speak about today and why I have been down. One thing that I've always been afraid of as being someone that tries to follow God's ways is that I'm afraid that if I do something along the way that, hey, I'm going to go to hell if I do this sin here and there. So I don't want to be that person to preach anything false to anyone to get them off the wrong track because hey, that would be selfish of me, and if I do that, then hey, there's another place in hell for people who willingly and acceptingly lead people off track. But there's a balance between following along and not burying yourself because hey, I bury myself a lot because hey, I deny what's in my heart, and hey, there's things that are wrong with my heart, but hey, I know there's a place in it that has Christ at the center of it, and that's the seed that we gotta let grow on. Because if we let that seed water that root and let it expand to all of us throughout our whole body, then hey, that's what we want to do on the pursuit to be Christ-like. And I always there's that seed I hold on to, but hey, there's a whole body, there's a whole world that you gotta have sometime. But you gotta have the knowledge of what you're doing. So the balance that I say is have the knowledge of what you're doing in a sense, because hey, you got to know what you're doing. That you got to do. You got to know what you're doing, what it means to the love that God gave us, and what He wants us to be, and understand what the pursuit of being like His Son is like, because He brought Him down to earth to show us what man and woman can be like, what we are supposed to pursue. Because hey, in a perfect world where God ultimately reigns over on all of our wills, that's what the world would be like. All of us being like that. But obviously, we know the world is not exactly like that right now. Say there's time that's going to be coming soon, and the time I'm referring to is there's going to be changes in the world, and with the changes in the world that's going to be happening, there's going to be more people that are turned away and deceived by the antichrist spirits that are going to be coming down. Say soon there are going to be aliens that might be coming down. I don't even know the possibility of that, but hey, my theory in that, I believe they're meant to brought down to show us a lesson on what we're supposed to love and how we're supposed to love all. Because hey, if we turn the things that are things that we're supposed to use for love, instead we turn them to help us to turn away, instead of using love, just help us replace us. That's one thing with technology. We got to think in the mindset of what was it like in Christ's times, and try to be as close to that as possible. Obviously, there's different obstacles here. We have cars, different technologies that are made to enhance us, but don't let it break you. Don't let it take over what you got to do. Hey, instead of driving, hey, you got to walk to the store that's half a mile away. Take a walk sometime. There's little things that we got to do to break our mindset of hey, because hey, we're human. We control. I don't mean to say we control, but God brought us down here on earth to have us be the ones to help create a better world for all of us. And that betterment of the world doesn't, hey, there's tools to help us, but don't let it break the bond of what is really in our hearts. Because, hey, the heart is bonded to Jesus Christ. Because, hey, He's the one that ultimately reigns supreme. But we think. And that's where the ultimate form of Satan comes in. It's the mind. You think of things, but there's the difference between the thinking of there's God's plan and what you think is the plan. But we got to start praying in God's will, because God's will is all different from what we expect. It's a beautiful thing, but if you try to fight it, hey, there's going to be an underlying denying peace that you don't have. And we all want peace at the end of the day. Peace on rain. Peace in a way doesn't mean things aren't going to be hard. Say, it's never an easy battle, But peace does mean that you know that the way that you're living is going to get you to heaven someday. There's a peace in knowing that, hey, you're going to have the eternal light and your spirit's always going to be alive. Because, hey, the flesh does not exist at all. What this right here, right here, the skin, all this stuff right here, it's there. But the thing that really exists is what's inside of you. The heart is what drives, is the driving force beyond the body. Because, hey, there's a reason why it's put at the middle of your chest. There's a reason why. It's because, hey, it's supposed to be what we all are, from the heart. And that's what God wanted us, because, hey, he gave us the heart to pursue, to love, to pray in the way that his son brought down the prayer in Our Father, to ultimately say, hey, what is in your will? And I know that in my heart, it's a prayer from the heart that counts. So from the heart doesn't mean we ain't going to make mistakes, because, hey, our hearts aren't perfect. We're sinners from the beginning, as brought on from Adam and Eve. We're sinners from the heart from the beginning. But, hey, we got to pray that that sin is ultimately going to be washed away in the foundation of what Christ brought upon us. The day is going to come that the day is going to come that there's going to be regret. But, hey, don't regret having the heart for Jesus Christ, because Christ is the only one that was perfect enough to show us the way that we can be in this final times, and the way that we can be if we want to really make it to the final gates. Because, hey, it is a narrow road and that gate is hard, but, hey, that gate is ultimately worth it in the end.